Hi there, I'm Corey Parrott. I'm one of the training officers here at Brandon Fire and Emergency Services. In lieu of the celebrations for Paramedic Services Week this year, we unfortunately can't come out to see all of you and your smiling faces. So what we're going to do this year is take you for a virtual tour of the ambulance. What we have here is our stretcher. This is probably our most important piece of equipment outside of the ambulance. It comes to every call with us, and every patient goes on it as well. On the stretcher are things we take into every call with us. This first bag we have here is called our trauma bag. Inside is where we keep all of our diagnostics equipment for doing blood pressures and blood sugars and all that stuff. We also keep all of our medications in here. There's bandaging stuff. Basically everything we need to do we can carry in this bag. This is called our airway bag, and inside of it we carry an oxygen cylinder so we can give you oxygen on scene and things like that if you need it for breathing problems. We also carry all kinds of different masks to put on you and equipment to also breathe for you if we have to. So that's also a very important bag, and these two bags as well as the stretcher come in with us in every house. Now we'll go into the ambulance. Welcome to the ambulance. This is what the inside of an ambulance looks like. We currently have 5 ambulances in the city. 2 are always in town to do emergency calls, and the other 3 we use as one as a spare and 2 as units to take people to Winnipeg and transfers. As you can see, it's pretty clean and well stocked. We have to be very well organized in case of emergency. Every ambulance we have is set up the same. Unfortunately, the roofs are kind of low. But they're all set up the same so that no matter what emergency we're in, we know what we can grab quickly and where it is. We start at the front here. This is all of our airway equipment. So all of our airways that we're going to put in place for you. So secure your airway if you're unconscious, oxygen delivery devices, anything like that can be found here. Even the bags to breathe for you, if you see on TV. All that stuff is located right here in this front compartment, and that's the way it is on every ambulance. The next cupboard along the way here is our bandaging equipment, or bandaging supplies. So we have everything we need for any type of wound bandaging that we need to do, from large to small. We also carry supplies for our glucometers to check your blood sugar. We carry extra thermometers in case we need to, especially in today's day and age. It's really important to get temperatures, as we've all heard. Then we have extra devices such as things called vein lights, which help us light up where your veins are to start IVs easier if we have a difficult start. Yeah, and generally that's what's in that compartment. And as we go to the back of the ambulance here, that's basically our linen cupboard. So that carries all of our blanket sheets and stuff like that, because we do have multiple calls at times and we have to change kind of on the fly. So we're at the hospital, we clean up and change our linen, change our stretcher, clean everything, and away we go. We're ready to go for the next call right at the hospital to the next one. Also, there's multiple cleaning supplies there and stuff like that in case we do have to disinfect the ambulance in between calls, which is important nowadays. And also we have extra PPE there now. With the current pandemic, we've had to really increase what we're using. You know, you see this on TV now with gowns and face shields and everything like that on the news. We do have to carry all that on the ambulance too, just in case we do have to respond to multiple calls at once. Here we have what we call our cardiac monitor. These are relatively new to our service. They're pretty state-of-the-art. This is the defibrillators we use. Not only do they do that though, however, they are able to do heart monitoring, so we can get a picture of your heart, see what it's doing electrically. They also do blood pressures. There's a finger clip that shows us what your oxygen levels are in your blood. It also does something called end-tidal CO2, which gives us a number to show us how well you're oxygenating. Yeah, they're relatively new to our service. We just upgraded them and we carry them on all our ambulances now. So they're pretty handy to have with all the diagnostic stuff. The next thing we have here is our grab and go suction. So these are pretty handy. They're portable suction units. So we're actually able to take them away. They're battery powered. We just turn them on, and then we can have suction wherever we're going. So if we have to suction an airway or something in a house where we're at a call or whatever, or need to move anything like that, we can actually bring these with us, and then we have portable suction. Before we used to have hand pump suctions, which were hard on the hands and not quite as effective as this unit either, but all of our ambulances come with those now as well, so we can take them. Some of the other interesting features we have back here, you can see with design in mind, these are where we keep our gloves. So we have our small, medium, large, and extra large gloves all ready to go right there in the dispenser. So they're out of the way but able to be grabbed quite quickly. If you have little ones, we do have a car seat built into our seat as well. If we do have to transport smaller residents from Brandon, we can put them in here, strap them in just like a car seat, and they'll be safe as could be. So, all right, if you come this way, I'll show you some more equipment outside here. Some other interesting equipment we carry on the ambulance are our stair chairs. This folds out to an actual seat and actually has tracks that fold down as well. So if you're in a third story, second story, we need to bring you down the stairs. We use this device, we sit you in it, we can strap you to it. There's tracks that come off the back and we can actually just slowly lower you down the stairs. They have a brake on them so we can get you out easily without having to lift you and hold you and carry you and stuff like that if you aren't able to walk yourself. And then of course we have multiple other lifting devices. So you know, if we have to lift you up with that metal stretcher, or metal scoop it's called, though it breaks apart in half, we can slide it underneath you, lift you up, do whatever we need to do. So it works pretty slick too for getting people up off the floor if you can't move or you're unable to. So that's essentially the ambulance. I can show you the front here now too, the fun part. So if we come around, I'll let you come in here and I'll go the other side. So this is what the front of an ambulance looks like. Lots of fun buttons and stuff to push. All of our lights and sirens are all located here to controls. This is our siren controls. This is our light controls. Not just the red and white lights that you see when we're driving emergency. We also have scene lighting, so we can turn a scene light or a floodlight on each side of the ambulance or out the back as well. So at nighttime, if we have to see what we're doing, we can do that. And we can also control the lights in the back, so turn them on. So if someone's busy and needs light quickly while you're doing something, you can turn lights on from here for them as well. And this, of course, is our radio, right? This is how we stay in contact with our dispatch and our officers here and everybody to make sure we're going to the right place and doing the right things. So that's really important as well. Dispatch, especially with the current you know, health status or pandemic going on, dispatch is actually able to let us know earlier on when we have to take extra precautions, so extra PPE we call it, so gowns and masks and all that. So that's a really handy thing to have with them, and they contact us through the radio and let us know what we're going to before we get there, so we can formulate a plan and get going. Thanks for coming by today to check out our ambulances. It's good to have you through and see what we do. On a side note, just so you know, being that we are a fire and ambulance service here, it's not just our ambulances that provide medical care in the city of Brandon. As you can see, our other vehicles here are our fire trucks and our rescue unit. They all carry defibrillators, medical bags, and medications as well. So you might see a fire truck at a medical call, but they're there because they're also paramedics and they have the skills that we do in the ambulance as well. Thanks for coming out, and we'll see you again.